What up?
Yeah.
We back again. Shining armor. Going here with my brother Silas.
Yeah.
We got
Fans in the building. Fans in the building. Welcome back to the wrap up.
Yeah, man. It's another show. We've been hibernating because we've been cooking. And we back. Welcome to the kitchen.
Boom.
So welcome back to the kitchen. We actually had a moment where we had silence. The reason why we had silence is because what we're gonna bring is far more special than what you think. You know, as they say, it's bigger than hip hop. Today, today we've got a special guest. This guest, most of us around Soweto would call him the academic of the game. We call him the guy that actually saw the game grow from nothing to something. And he's one of the pioneers. We're in the middle of everything happening. And today we're gonna talk everything Salas, everything Deep Soweto, and more than that, we're gonna talk about South African hip hop and in general, Justin is who we are. So Silas,
Yeah.
my brother,
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank you, my friend.
Welcome to the wrap up.
It's an honor and a privilege to have you on the wrap up.
Yeah.
So we know we have our younger audience who weren't there when things were happening or starting to build in hip hop, and they wouldn't understand what or where we started. So now I want to take a moment and understand who Silas is and where did it all begin.
Yeah. You know, Salas na kren bitola kakmatume maepa ne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born in Orlando West. Same street in Splash Chain.
Sure.
Yeah, I was born there. Grew up in Orlando West. Moved to Jabulani Flats, and then boom. Yeah. That's where I come from. Like, I'm a Sowetan. I was born here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Zanga Portmendi. Yeah, Zanga Portmendi. Abantu kumele bangasibheki bajafile.
Sure.
I understand that because manje yabo kunabantu ababhaya like bayafika bayazenzela iSoweto and everything, you know. iSoweto inabanikazi ba. You understand that? So besicela nje ukuthi cela niziphathe kahle madoda. Yabona. Ningazuchayisa amabonda kusejozi.
Sure.
Sifika abantu bafika yiba grand isinini abantu sebashintshile sekwezinye izinto ama culture vaje.
Sure.
Uyayibona la ngile bafethu please. You understand? Yikusejozi ningazuchayisa amabonda.
So from a side where we call you a pioneer, especially South African hip hop.
Yeah.
So I born hip hop as a whole, but and especially like Soweto.
Yeah.
As a pioneer, when you were getting into hip hop, what was the inspiration or how did it start with Ungeni and say hip hop is the way I'm taking, or hip hop is that route that I'm taking right now?
How did it get to you?
You know, mina ngikhula nge-hip hop. You know, like hip hop the only lami lengifake ku-hip hop.
Sure.
You understand? Because only lami ngama 80s belespana, I think belespana la bro, hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Quirinal Hotel or something. You know, Quirinal Hotel is one of the places that big hip hop. It was the only place because it was apartheid back then, you know.
Yeah. So the hotel itself was playing hip hop.
Yeah, it was playing hip hop, and it was friends with those two Jewish boys from Orange Grove.
Yeah.
You know, he was friends with them. I met them, but I was still young, you know.
Yeah.
The guys who actually brought hip hop from the States too, you know, to EM Zanzi, like Idaliwe 99, you understand? In Cape Town already they say that, but the guys who already brought hip hop Josie, it's those two boys, you know, because they were not even, one of them was even arrested for playing hip hop.
Okay.
Well, I understand that.
Okay,
you know, back in the days, you know, they didn't, like the boys didn't want hip hop with you know. So my mom was friends with those guys, you know, and she was working there, and now she used to abu in the hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, and then we'd listen to hip hop back then. You know, my mom had Fats album, you know, Fats, you know, from Cape Town. And the album it was something like 1985. My mom had it.
Sure. So what are some of the records that she would bring back? I understand you just
Arrested
referenced.
Development.
Oh,
You
yeah.
So
know.
your mom was ahead.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
she used to bring Arrested Development, Digable Planet,
Yeah.
KRS.
You sure? Yeah.
Who's the Bobanda want to out there besibhedlela nabo KRS. Those guys from New York, from Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah.
MC Shan.
Yeah, you know, my mom had all those Begano Molly Mall.
Yeah.
You know, my mom had those albums from albums from the 70s. I'm a record died that then they were called. Because my mom beg up Loman about Brand and all that. They'll play hip hop there. You know, Nabo Blondie and everything, like, you know. So hip hop nkula ngayo.
Yeah.
Yeah, nkula ngayo and Pop TV. You know. Like I remember kunama track up I like Belling Bees like, you know.
Yeah, whenever they were playing
you understand.
Yeah.
So my mom really brought me into hip hop.
So understanding you growing up from the culture.
Yeah.
So there you are every day or every weekend, you are just surrounded by hip hop your whole entire life. So where did the idea of it sisingena ku Deep Soweto manje? Where did that idea now go, like, let's come together and create a Deep Soweto?
Actually, that thing iqale yoqala Deep Soweto iqale mangmeetha udadeng when I met that present Talib Kweli, Black Thoughts.
Black August.
Yeah, Black August. 2000 and I think that was 2000.
2001.
Oh, 2001 ka Black August, because year 2000 that presently.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, about performer. And then next year when they came back, Babuya Nabo Talib Kweli and all that.
Yeah.
So I had a chat with these guys, like Splomid and Usleka, Slang Short from Asylum Tribe, you know, and my Impinja Mubonga, and I was asking questions. You know, when maybe they were chilling, like maybe big company, but me I wanted, because being as a single rapper,
sure.
You know, nano like that being DJ, because I was so interested with DJ plays, like. You understand? Being focused. Mina early club like the focus yambe with DJ plays, like the way lo muntu lona asiphethe ngakhona, the way a DJ ngakhona, the way as guy in knowledge ngakhona, the way ayinqanywa ngakhona i-craft. So I fell in love with spinning the decks.
Okay.
You understand? So i-focus yambe with DJ plays bengakho kubo rapper, and that's why I never focused in rapping and everything. You understand? Because of there's something in Elena with DJ plays, which, you know, hip hop is not all about rapping or DJing or being a b-boy, or, you know, there's a whole lot of things like hip pool.
It's a whole culture.
And it's a whole culture. You understand? And DJ plays is one of the guys that foreseed hip hop, like we are born, and like now the game is full of snitches. It's full of of half men, half women.
Oh yeah.
You understand that it's full of the money. You understand? That's why you never see DJ plays like Iron, even Guma radio show Iron Zama interview.
Yeah.
And he's one of the guys that put hip hop where it is today. You understand? So what I'm trying to tell you is the game is being ran by sellouts, by culture vultures. You understand, with their money, and they destroyed the game.
Yeah.
We understand that, and it's here that knowing Butitina, those culture vultures were not there.
True.
Yeah.
When we were there, they were not there.
It's a nice topic that you get into in terms of culture vultures and the way the game has changed, because, you know, growing up in hip hop, there was that essence of this is what hip hop is about, you know, the information, the entertainment factor of it, but, you know, educating us about what's happening all over the world or your own surrounding. Now, I want to see from your own opinion or your view, as you came from both worlds, as in where it started and when it was still pure, right to this point where you can see that, look, a lot has changed. So, in your view, what has been, you know, destroyed in a way, or what was that in hip hop that made sense, that right now we look at and we go, hey, you know what, this is the reason why we're gonna pull back from hip hop?
Yeah, the message. You understand the education. You understand the concept itself, hip hop as a community, not just a genre.
Yeah.
You understand that I think and the rawness. You understand we missed that.
Sure.
We missed that because now I can't even listen to these. Yeah. About these cats. You understand? I'm sorry.
Like they're not themselves.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, understand. And me, I can't listen to these cats.
Sure.
You understand? There's few cats that I listen to. You understand? Because of I was schooled by the greatest.
Sure.
You understand? Even today, I've never met a guy like Blaze.
Sure.
A DJ that speaks what Blaze used to tell us.
Yeah.
First time we meet, like this guy maybe guthi nize nibheme izolo azoqala ukukhuluma nawe. What's your name? Abuzo uphuma ba. What's your mother's name? Your father? We understand kwenzakaleni. You understand? And then now as a hip hop, I understand. Like akubeke stars, you know, guthi kwenzakalani ku culture. Now you understand that. Yina ama records aqeda ukubuya nawo e-States ubani wenzani you know bona that's how thina abanye singazange sifuna ukuba ama slave in terms of industry.
Okay.
I understand that. You know, Deepsoweto made it without any media coverage.
Yeah.
Shining nose.
Yeah.
You understand? Because of Deepsoweto, the way we are not a crew. We are not a group. We are a clique. We are a movement.
Yeah.
We understand. And a movement is it's not something a cheap as a week or a dilute in you.
There I'm thinking you're sitting there having these discussions with Upleys back 2001 and you
not 2001 because 2001 it club safe value. I started having amateur no DJ plays 1997.
Yeah.
Because 1996 I was so focused on Crystal Palace than League Club. League Club is here for Abuchir.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it from having those conversations and building, and you were in 2001 having conversations with the Slicker, as you said, and you are sitting there, you know, the idea of Deep Soweto hits you and says, this is what we have to build, or this is what we have to do. Maybe the name then was not in your what you call it on your tongue, but you had the idea to say, look, this is what I'm going to build. What is the next step that you take? And I'm asking this from young guys who still are in hip hop and want to, and look at you guys as Deep Soweto and want to emulate that, and they sit and have these conversations. What was your next step to go, actually, here's an idea, how do we execute?
I'm gonna start the group.
You know, you must understand before Guti, you know, we had Asylum Tribe before.
Yeah.
Asylum Tribe were like, everybody like from Soweto was Asylum Tribe, but I don't wanna lie. I understand that because that a club or everywhere you go, you'd meet Asylum Tribe. I'm a cheetah rap, like represent hip hop, you understand. As a Sowetan now you are there, you know.
Sure.
So Gapaya the time big my crew up in Asylum Tribe.
Yeah.
Kushuti besingazi nokuthi Asylum Tribe grand ama member engaphi. The way they see family. You understand ngakhona I saw it to family like big and that ngiyenze amachita paya kube ne like iSoweto bazama ukuyivalela because of the way see ihlangene ngakhona. You understand and as a movement you understand that so izinto ezinjalo zaspakhana we understand like iHooten Clan yabo thina kuze sicave iHooten Clan in Crackbrand like this DJ plays you understand ukuthi hey these guys are a clan, they are not just a hip hop diding. You understand that these people are making things happen bana iphathu zabo bana majini bana you understand yabo baqale basayina under iHooten Clan. You understand, and then baphuma bashaya ama-deal solo. You understand, so banama lifetime contract ngayi. But now kushuthi these guys ba confuse a game. but confuse amanga you understand. So these guys, they have a plan. We understand that they don't want to be slaves in the game, but they want to, just like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, he confused the game. He confused the game. Like, he's the only nigga that you know, he honored the deal.
Yeah.
And he betrayed it.
Yeah. No, he switched it up, bro.
He switched it up. He's the only guy that did that.
Who gave even Lil Richard
even if he signed with the devil, but the contract he signed with the devil, he came up number one, and then they killed him.
But they're still trying to get at him.
You understand? So you understand. So can you imagine with all the time I'm being schooled and and I'm looking at the game, like, because that time it was quite a big, you know, and then I'm looking at these niggas,
True.
We understand. I want to get into the game, but you know what? You know, hip hop is as a pant by Valeri hip hop then. You know, because white people white people don't want hip hop because they know how powerful is hip hop. Because it can see news up. You know.
Yeah.
So now these South Africans want to do hip hop. Yes. Most of those you know.
Yeah.
So obvious. I'm a leader with you, myself. Baba Chela, no, they didn't lay man. We tried. A lot of guys tried to buy out base into it before Abu buyers. We need out base into it. You know. No fire, mletsani, na lady. We need out because of rapper. You know. B-boy, basketball, like semi-court, get repiwa, you have a Templars. I mean, I'm sure, like, I'll tell you, Ziti be young, Templars in the club. You know, Labo switch by figure corner now and Abu Vooks. Like Sabatale good by Lagabo Ziti, but I never Lagabo. You understand? So, Abu Vooks, like, Mama figure, like, it was Miss Papi. Abu switch. Those guys are kept up. You understand? And guess what? Bapuma prophets of the city. Now they're coming to Joburg. DJ plays. The schooling. DJ plays made us meet Ready T. Like Ready T being in cover in the way. We understand about bionic. We understand, like, you know.
He brought the culture close.
He brought the culture closer. Like, fair to about that day. About Pabito. Like, no Pabito. So. You understand? The guys actually make Wu-Tang Clan what
it is.
You know, I said with Babito, you know, what West I met him.
Yeah, sure.
I said, like, you understand? A Black Thoughts had a conversation. He actually followed me around.
Sure.
A PMV.
Yeah, sure.
You know, because I didn't take him as Black Thoughts, the guy, the roots, what, no, it was like brother to brother. You know, J. Rude Tame, brother to brother. They told me straight that what we like about you, I was telling I'm a celebrity. Talib. You understand? So you must understand that I was schooled by the guys who are doing it. Or guys who are in deals and they are seeing now that, you know what? Lamatile is coward. You know, and we need to tell these guys. You understand? So I had all these questions. And I got answers and I made something. Because now, in conversation is even Talib was like, what is it that Amachita here in South Africa angayenzi? You understand? Because they figure la Nina Nicole. You know what Talib said to me? Na le uche rude tameja no plektos we better focus. Because I was in short now, we was thinking about focus go Talib. Talib was doing it, most deaf. You know, most deaf was Talib was the shit. Talib was the shit. So they're focused there, and now
top of the world,
I'm looking at these icons. I'm like, you know, I want to learn from these guys because even the lyrics they're teaching from. They're teaching all the time. You understand the Black Thoughts teaching
classes in session.
You understand that you know, so implement there was a DJ Tommy H. He was big, you know, that time. You know, Tommy H was here. You know, so Nyabu Zay Manini that in the snatchuni, like Talib like Wakuluma, like, you know what? the day nizoqala ukurapha ngelanguage and do hip hop ngelanguage, that's the day South African hip hop izoya phezulu, because of now we come here ngimamela some of your rappers, and then now ngizwa iflow yami, like he told me straight, you know, ngangithola besilapha ePimville Square.
Yeah, but it sounds like him.
Yeah, you know, and sometimes I listen to other guys, they sound like Master Killer. You know, some of them they sound like, they sound like Mos. You know, some of them sound like, because now you guys are not expressing yourself in your language. You understand? So that didn't lay encounter. So from that day, and I'm to check, I'm not in the game that time. We don't even know what we're doing. Because we went each and every gig. Like, if Black August, I was being set backstage, like, And Tommy H had to fetch me from a backstage to a main gate. Because into besizwe ring now. Bakhona ukubona ukuthi abo amachita lawa abakhulumi ngalezo zinto lezo. You understand, like aba foresee the future, like it's just wanna perform and but one thing I know about Slicker, that's why I know Slicker, I mean, like nyamnano, I understand, but and in scale, I understand, angizange take scale, you like game, I understand, and now yes, but to Slicker nyamaz, I mean, like Mazi from way back as a school of Specs, because when Specs was schooling him, I was always listening to them. I was there, and he never recognized me. Because he was focused. Yeah, because Neki Poto Slicker Ubuang, the Specs. Neki Poto, like every time this guy, Uda, like Ubato Tava, like Slicker so build this studio, Santana Buaka so.
I was black.
In fact, like I was always listening the bank. Like bakala go food court, go carton, go litlap ka montle, go litlap ka mohare una le ndaweni nkarke sort of like a VIP section yana, so na class, so wabula kena nyako nahlala. So I was always uhlala liko ammunition, because type of ammunition na the studio. That's where tapes are recorded on the first album. So I was always listening to these guys, and ammunition, mind you, from Kotla Q's together. I think Okuza was the youngest kid. Okay, go Q's that time, because when I entered Q's I was only 12 years.
I know.
Oh, I understand. Yeah. And I was told not to again. When I enter.
Okay.
And then down the Santa Nudala International, like you move it.
Yeah.
And now the crazy hip hop from going to I want to. So there's something kada kudi makfika kada, Yeah. And that's when I met, the first time I met, I think this guy was African man or Pusman, Cape Town.
From Cape Town.
Yeah,
he's a dancer.
Yeah, he's a people.
Yeah.
That's the first time I met him. I met him there. Reggie was there. Well, I understand. So that's how far
Yeah.
Well, I understand. So it took me a while. So it's also Fika Bobo Talib. That's when I started thinking at Deep Soweto. And I had all these names. That didn't keep builder, because now I was always banking. I was always banking school with my niggas. Rickets and Rickets and Tona, the Asylum tribe, Rickets and Rickets and Tona, because of like Champile Khalor. You know what? Until teacher because sometimes you with bank school go back to class and pass. These niggas did you like to go already? Go classy. But they fail. Like these white people, they're teaching us to fail. No, understand. But we made it. Well, understand.
Yeah.
Well, understand. Well, so I had to teach myself other things, and hip hop was
your way through that.
Yes, and everybody was more focused in. That's why even today you find that there's less DJs. Everybody was focused in rapping.
Being on the limelight.
Yeah, that's why it took us time. most South Africa to make dope videos, sahiphop, because of now, everybody was focused. We treat everything. Yeah, everything is rapping.
Yeah. The mic was just it for everyone.
Now you go to a session. We are session be fairly. I want them to scratch it.
True. True. These days, you don't.
No scratch. That's not a hip hop session. That's not a hip hop session. We can't call that a hip hop session. There's no vinyl. Understand? There's no lyricist. You find sessions like that. There's no lyricist.
These days,
there's no OG.
It's just.
You understand?
Jump on the mic, perform.
There's no mentors. There's no books. You understand?
What are we doing?
You know, not more asylum type diploma thing. Like Nikilim Pinja Popimvi Borax. Hotman like I found asylum tribe 30,000. 30,000, the tallest kid. Go asylum tribe. You know, everybody used to follow him. They used to follow him around. He's the fun. They used to bank school and go to 30,000. Richitika le Borax, Uzala Katara, Ochake Zala Paizi. Bonaba Chitili 30,000 kai. You know, so we're talking about the age, you know, because we were doing drugs back then, you know, and now the short age, you know, like you know, Kilokupa Machen's age. Yeah, one I can valid up Kafela. Africa Karam 30,000 is making them read books. Everybody is reading. But it is so. When I left, I had 3 books on me. Yeah, that's why Asylum Tribe needed to like these guys were focused. Like Slim Shot was like no, before the alcohol, because the alcohol fucked it up. You know, alcohol is you know, but Machitana to Elvis. Yeah? Feedback fit. Machitana to Mohali Kafela rest in peace Odes. You know about the you know, those are my friends, you know. You know, Mahali could all Nashala like Mahali can tell us sometimes to lead. Why understand that? So give me the word. Machitana lento him. When squatter camp is so big crew, sometimes 2 people. Squatter camp is a crew, so they're trying to steal but other few members, they're trying to take what Asylum Tribe has.
Yeah.
You know, Asylum Tribe was supposed to make it before Squatter camp.
Yeah, because it was making noise.
Everywhere, every country in Africa knew. When Dead Press came here, they were you know, guys share because allowed that you but freestyle the Asylum Tribe. Freestyle but now this a believe or that fuck these guys. Joao. Year 2000.
Yeah.
You know, I have clips that Asylum Tribe next day but drop. Go radio, go FM. You understand? One sort Asylum Tribe fan was, you know. Yeah. But we need to learn. Alcohol well, I understand and losing yourself. Because to enable
you can check it out when they perform.
Yeah, you know. So they started doing that in the club. So leading mic session but like because of their drunk and they're trying to do this, DJ plays Nasabuzi in mic session so you know, because of when you are misbehaving, who fella mic session well, understand? So can you imagine? Yeah. So can you imagine discipline? Well, I understand that I think. So now it's Deep Soweto. Next should be the crews as well. Tribe Called Quest. about shebile bo Wu-Tang Clan,
Yeah.
you know, De La Soul. You know, shebile
To put the puzzle together
well,
and say, hey.
understand shebile bo Shimane, bo Amo, how they're operating, shebile Asylum Tribe. You know, I'm looking at everyone and because now next week told you great, but now it's able to about the color movement, and then now it must be different from all these kids, and people have to relate.
At the same time.
Yeah. So, Kadula Joalo, Kintaki Tenka, you know, Kintaki Vaya, the session, you know, Black Sunday, because little Ilaqua, you know, Sekevabo Mental, you know, the cipher everywhere, you know. And then, Gabo on Rai, Nushatan Chiwa, you know, Linda release. I think Kula release, but just before I release,
Just before, yeah.
let's take a reformulated I didn't imagine, you know, because you know when you listen to hip hop, you know, Mamela Bukuru, you know, tells you it's you know, to you know, if you wanna succeed in this shit, you have to get more guys to help you run the whole joint. So the concept is like you know, like I picked up that from Guru, it made sense to me, and I have to get more guys to do this shit.
Come on, guys.
And that was it.
Yes. Well, understand. So today you can't find hip hop to spark like that.
Sure. And how do you get the guys now to come to you and go like, oh,
Traveling.
yeah.
I was always traveling, you know. Now I was always out there, you know. Not go let's choose. Ronaldo number 12 next river la June. Well, understand because of life every bona because Rona Ruti Kokas was nan the role model.
True.
I understand.
True. I think back in those days,
yeah,
role
we
models
grew
were
up
gangsters.
whereby you know gangsterism Jack Roll, you know, not grew up that time. Was Mahotmana Jack Roll King 21, you know,
Yeah.
28, Neka, 28 Nespam.
Sure.
I understand. I grew up in Chablan too. It was rough that side. You know, I grew up whereby before 94 Machegete mfethu nababulaba awuthithetswa go exile. They were killing them. You know, they were killing them in style. Like I've seen guys by Misakara Bokhate Kayotolo Ulo Patula Kara, you know, Badi Misa Outitedia to dia Badi Shire. Like I'm a child. Badi Shire, flat. Mutuye Mr. Mato. Batu Ilara Baba Shire. Like, you know. Begu blind too.
Sure.
We understand they come road like because they into ezinye
Horrific stuff.
yeah, horrific stuff like and the sasama 2 lane, you know.
Sure.
1 lane, sasama 1 lane.
Before they
yeah, like because ezinye izinto like thina sikhule kurafu ama role model bangekho. Umuntu abantu baphatha amagana. Unokuthi uziblomela intwana umuntu ugijimiswa abogata afika akufaka igana echubeka ra. It was crazy. Aboma oledi bayaphuza. Yeah, understand. Kumnandi kunamashevini.
we vibe.
Yeah, understand. So we grew up there. So hip hop begu father, begu mama, begu dad.
And there you are.
Yeah, and then you finally got the guys.
I finally got the guys. Like we met.
My biggest thing is as you're doing all of this, who do you meet first? Because you have the idea and it's brilliant and you say this is what I'm going to do. Who buys into the idea first and goes like, and like, you know what, you are onto something here.
Like there was this time like never got, you know. So it's a kukasa in Tanzania.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm rolling with Craig, you know, Craig Sonic, you know, Craig Sonic like ulela mopelaka, you know. When he started rapping, I was close to him. He was already rapping, but you know, not so be deep into the shit, you know, a few lines, you know, so make him rap those few lines, you know, time and time again. Yeah. So ulela Craig. So go kadong injuta to decipher to go nearly rona. It's us, the pro, you know, because pro none can go lang to the pro. pro na kena ko Jesus faka ka go fela re tla ko Tanzania ka fela. So that's how I go to meet pro campaign tsa ka bo Sco. Yeah, ke meetile ka Sco le Martin Jose Mental. Yeah. Jose Mental ke mcaba go skela sabona ka cousin ya ka kabi. I understand. So that's how I got to new Jose Mental Linda ke mtsibile ka bo Sco. Le tapes out tell me I got tapes out go vele ka Mental. You know, yeah. So what happens is I'm walking kukasiaka, I'm like, hey, hlangana nabo demonic, hey, by freestyle. I'm like, what? Yeah? Asu crack pela musiye gas. Because crack sonic kukasero was like the legend. You know, get na rapper, you know. Other guys say ba lo khroot bozos se ba hlala like, you know, ba go to the industry thing, you know. So ke crack o setting now. You know, and I never thought kukasiaka ntwana tsa kukasiaka di tlo rap, you know. And there's a sci-fi ke so there I can utlwa vela. So ke a utlwa buma 2003. I think 2002 ke a utlwa ra machita so be mnate wa bona. But you know what, guys, keep on doing this wa bona. Una le ntwe mo grey qala. Wa understand? Dijo tsa demonic ka ho le phila. Una da le ngwe qala, but no, you guys need to up your standard. Snening ha bona crack le vaenda le mjotse batho wa understand the sci-fi and everything, because little learner the pointers that one understand that this guy is doing it. One understand without any whatever, but he's doing it representing Chaplin flats. You know, coach was Bamtseba, Candy Square Bamtseba, you know, sure. You know, and then answer by tuna that thing quality girl or something who's already flow focus. You know, fit flow. Flow has been doing it, coach said. You know. Ai! Babo machita. Babo then you want to kupu genyana, you know, cause flow and this flow is nice. Na ploma le dinja flow, you know, bookings man, you know, Kafel and it was always there, Candy Square and everything. But both flow but after that era ya rona Candy Square. You know. Yeah, but really like, you know, and then he was doing it. Yeah. You know, and but Papa Balomba Fachuzi, they knew him. Understand? So we started rapping with these guys about the pointers. Then they, you know, and then I met them the other time. Go gas. Or go entrance. I know they're doing it now. I know Machita ya Kopana. But Machita Manda na so rap. Okay. You know, few guys will rap him 3, 4, but you know, sharp. So nteki ya Mental. Mental, Mental. So once again, that Mental, Kiabona man, Baba Kuala, Kiabona da Mental, no man, who not problem. Machita da Mental, Abato Repisa, Dimpinchita Bona, any Dintwana, the truly chance, that's not hip hop. Sure, yeah. We need to develop these young poets. This guy via the file blind, where you understand. Sharp. So this other time get via that go here to upload meda about teach label medicine and fit like child, or you know what, that ain't your quality into an error. Understand? Don't let it come to the chance. Share diploma, upload me go chuck the like you know something we chuck the upload me chuck the violent negative. About available for that. The bossy our thing get kids and didn't want to say I did a page hole in chance. Didn't want to go learning because Luna every session. Pinchites alone, they rap the same thing, same tracks. Never abandoning the album or one understand. Yeah. One thought they are doing same tracks.
It's a repetition.
So now, very like Kuju it's a Rudy Leisure. Now take it rowdy.
Sure.
So tell them shit. Tell them shit. Yeah. Tell them shit. Everybody's listening. After they did that. But I don't have a chance. That's how I go to hear Chakti. That's how I go to hear Hursia. He scored it. He scored it. Even though but Papa never like but not with few things. This guy he scored it because he's different. Sure. Understand that I had Chakti that you know laba chakti baba gana kwenyani ahlanya limpintsha kathi ke lintwana laba kweteke lintwana baqwela wa understand
Sure.
kwathola le so ba rap amathi down intwana tsenyani ithathola chance even dale kunali black therapy that day black therapy it dissed all of those guys izikhotele tsa kuka simenta it dissed all of them. You understand?
Yeah.
Except maybe Mbazo, you know, because Mbazo came to our You understand? Like Mbazo, I'll tell you, yeah, I'm fit. Yeah, ele came to our yeah, could he do one? You know, you'd see how he shows love to somebody he doesn't know, like he knows him.
Yeah.
That's hip hop. See, Atisa Mapucho.
Sure.
That's the first guy to do that.
True. Yeah, true.
I mean,
When you look at the game, no one does that. Yeah.
And guess what? Defense in El Mapucho. Because Sia is the first guy to make Mapucho famous. By the time we formed Deep Soweto, these guys were hot. And they were making shit happen, splash jam, everywhere.